Hi everybody, Amanda here from Ain't No Such Thing, and I wanted to talk to you today about stories that scare you. What are your favorite campfire tales, urban legends, scary stories? And so Kevin and we've been discussing this, and I have some favorites, and that's really what inspired me to start narrating. And I love how scary stories can take on a life of their own, and it might be the same thing happens, but in a completely different way. In these stories that are told in so many different ways. My favorite is the Golden Arm, and there is a reason behind this. As a child, I grew up with cousins who were like brothers to me. And of course, being the little sister, they wanted to scare the crap out of me. And so, little did they know I was going to take that and weaponize it. But my dear cousin Lance told me the story of the Golden Arm. And we were in my dad's vehicle on our way back from Wednesday night church. And he told me the story. Once there was a man and his wife. They didn't always get along, but they were good for each other. They were still together after all those years, but unfortunately, the wife got sick and she passed away. And there was something funny about the wife, though. She had lost an arm and had a golden prosthetic. It was beautiful, solid gold. I don't know how they got that much money to get the golden arm, but it was fine. And she wanted to be buried with it. Oh dear. So the man had lost his wife, lost all the money. He was taking it hard. And so he decided that he's going to dig her up, take the arm, and get his money at least. It wasn't so much about grief for his wife as greed for that money. So he gets his equipment, he gets a shovel and a lantern and a pick, and he goes out to the cemetery under dark of night and digs her up. Takes the arm, leaves poor wifey in the grave, and he goes home excited about all the things that he's going to buy now that he's got freedom from the wife and the freedom financially that the golden arm would provide. And so he wraps it up, puts it in bed, under the bed, somewhere in there. It was in there with him. And he goes on to bed. He's all right with what he's done. It was his money too, damn it. So he ain't having no problems. He gets on right to sleep. But along about the witching hour, he starts to hear. Something rouses him and wakes him up. And he hears the wind, and it starts to sound like a voice. And then he hears a scratch, scratch. And he thinks he can make it out. He thinks he hears, oh no. Okay, so he hops up, locks the door, closes the curtain. No, gets in bed, and he's like, oh, the heck with this. I'm gonna go on back to bed. When I open my eyes in the morning, it's all gonna be different, and I'll get rid of this golden arm. He stays here for a little while, and he starts to hear it again. Scratch. Uh-oh. What the heck? Okay, so he can't move. He's like, uh-oh, I done did it now. This can't be. She's dead. But he keeps on hearing it, and it's getting closer. I want my golden Oh gosh. And so he's kind of freaking out at this point, but he can't get out of bed. He's too scared. And then he hears, I want my golden arm, at the door. He's tears. Oh God, what's gonna happen to me? Puts the covers over his head. He hides. The door creaks open, and the footsteps start coming down the short hall to his room. And scratch, scratch. I want my golden arm. Louder and louder. And he's hiding. He can't bear it anymore. Finally, he decides, I'm gonna get up. I'll give it back. I'll give it back. And as he takes the covers off from his head, she's there. You've got my arm. Okay. So, that story's been told a lot of different ways. And you know, up until just recently, I had no idea where it originated from. Turns out it's a Mark Twain story. But I've heard that story in a lot of different ways before. My other favorite that we tell a lot here in our house right now is the big toe from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Little boy is digging in his garden, finds a toe, takes it home, and so Mom says, oh, that looks really nice. There's a lot of meat on that. Let's eat it. And so they put it in the soup, and they eat the toe. And then that night, instead of who's got my golden arm, it's where's my toe? Crazy, huh? So, you know, it's just the power of those particular tropes. But we like to take them and mess with them a little bit here. We tell scary stories all the time. It's what we do. So, because I love that story so much, Kevin has adapted it for me to read for Ain't No Such Thing. I think you're going to enjoy it. We're going to post the audio here in a couple of days. But what's your favorite campfire tale, urban legend? What do you want to hear a new spin on? Start the discussion. We do enjoy that. Talking horror. It's just so much fun. I can't help but smile, even though it's kind of scary. So, join our Ain't No Such Thing discussion group on Facebook. The podcast is slowly but surely making it to all social media and podcasting platforms: iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. So we are here. We're having a good time. Inversepress.com is always a place to find our original comic work, and hope we'll be chatting on something spooky here soon. Thank you.